Today we are going to be doing our mid-month check-in for our sinking funds to see what I've messed up. So stay tuned and see what we've spent so far. Hi everyone, Marlene, aka Snow Gardener 307, here with you today to do our mid-month sinking fund check-in. I will let you guys know I've already taken the time to write in all of the sinking funds and what our starting balances were as of our last check-in. So we've got several sinking funds that we are going to be counting up today. If you're interested in this form right here, it is in my Etsy shop, so go check that out. So let's go ahead and not waste any time. We're going to jump in. We're going to count all the funds. I'm going to let you guys know what we spent because I can tell you this. We spent a whole bunch of money on vacation and also for the gardening fund. The first one I'm going to go ahead and take care of is my birthday fund. I have 4 different birthday funds all together that should equal this, but we have got to see what we've added in and what we subtracted out. So the way that I do this is I have to pull out my May month end check-in. I have got to pull out my May month end check-in so I can see when I did the last check-in. So right here, you can see this was my May. I did my check-in on 6/1/21. So anything before 6/1 has already been accounted for. So let's take a look. It looks like our last deposits were $528. They were already added in this last time, but let's take a look. So that's my son's birthday fund. This is my husband's birthday fund. This is my daughter's birthday fund. And this is my general gift fund. And yes, they all have been taken care of. So all we're going to do is we're going to count them, make sure they have it in what they need to have, and we're going to add up the total to see what we've got. So my son's fund should have $50 in it. 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. My son's name is Peyton, just in case you guys wanted to know. He just turned 16 in April, so that's why his fund is a little bit lower than everybody else's. So my daughter, her name is Julia. She is now 18. She'll have her 19th birthday in October. Should have $139. 100, 20, 30, 35. Sorry, let's try again. 100, 110, 120, 125, 130, 135, 36, 37, 38, and 39. So we've got 50 plus 139. Right on the money so far. Then we've got my husband's birthday. I'm not going to tell you his age. I will tell you his birthday is in September. So we should have 155 in his. So we've got 100, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we do have 155 in his. And then we have got $67 in my general gift fund. Now I can tell you this next couple months, I'm going to try to put in at least $100 a month because I've got a couple graduations that I need to give money for. So I should have 67, 20, 40, 50, 60, 5, 6, and 7. So we're going to add 67 to that, and we have $411, which is what our starting balance was. So that is absolutely perfect. We did not add anything. We did not subtract anything, which is a-okay with me. So $411. Now we're going to do my son's back to school. There should not be anything in or out from here. There is not. Let's go ahead and do zeros. Let's make sure we have $185. 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and 5. $185 right where it's supposed to be. And I will tell you guys this, a change that I'm going to be making. After the school year starts, I am going to be starting a summer clothes fund. I just bought my son summer clothes. If you watch some of my other videos, you know I just went over budget by doing that because I didn't want to drain his back to school fund because I hadn't actually been putting that much in there. So my car fund. Now, this did have some come out of it. Now my car is down here. Sorry about that, but that's what we're going to roll with. So I just bought oil for an oil change. So I had $40 come out. So I should have $297. Let's take a look. Make sure I have what I think I have. 100, 200, 250, 270, 280, 290, 5, 6, and 7. $297. This is another fund that is short because my license plates are due. And if I am not mistaken, they are, well, let me look really quick. My license plates are $349.41, and they expire the end of July. So I have got $297, so I'm about $50 short, but I most certainly don't want to take it all the way down to zero. So I had better get putting some money in that fund. Okay, now we're going to get Christmas. Christmas should have $600 in it. We didn't add anything. We didn't take anything away. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and 600. And I had mentioned previously that I was planning on purchasing something out of that, and I have done that, so I do need to pull that, but I'm not going to do it right now on this video. So for the month-end check-in, you should see a little bit of a difference there. Then for my clothing, I didn't put anything in, and I didn't take anything out, and there should be $45, and there in fact is 20, 40, and 5. So those funds are both good to go. And then emergency save. I like to count these every single time just because I don't want anything happening to them and me not knowing it. So my husband and I still have the $1,000 in cash for each. I know I keep mentioning that we're going to take some of it and put it into the bank. I just need to do it. We each have $1,000. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. Then the other 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,700, 1,800, 1,900, and 2,000. So we did not take anything out or add anything. So we do have $2,000 in cash. And don't worry, a lot of people think that's all the emergency savings we have. We have more. This is just what we have in cash. Now, the next one is furniture. Should have $150 in there, which we do. 150, nothing in, nothing out. So $150. Then garden. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at this garden and see what we have done. Well, I will tell you guys this. There's no money. We started with $544. Let's take a look and see what we've done. So we started at $544. I had bought some dirt. I had bought some bulbs. That's pretty much all I had bought. Then I went to Walmart 3 times and to our local grocery store twice. And I spent a little bit over, not super worried about it. So I did not add anything in, and I spent $566. So this is actually a negative 22. On my next check, I will take care of getting this back up to 0. And I just used my buffer to pay for this just in case you guys were wondering. It's not going to bounce or anything like that. So our garden fund is completely empty. And I'm going to have to get some side hustle money to get a little bit more money in there. Next, let's talk about holidays. So for holidays, I did not have any movement in or out, but Father's Day is upon us. So some of this will be going bye-bye. But for right now, I should have $120. 50, 100, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. And I would mention what the plan is for my father-in-law and for my husband, but sometimes they watch these videos, so we are not going to divulge anything. We are going to keep it secret. So holiday. Now, we're going to jump all the way down to home because I can't write things alphabetically. So let's count home really quick. Should be $199. We didn't add anything. We didn't subtract anything. So let's just count this really quick. Make sure we have $199. 100, 50, 70, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It is our baby home fund. We are in the process of starting to build our home fund. I have got wonderful suggestions from several other YouTubers on what percent they should, or they believe you should have, what percent they have, if it's a dollar amount, anything like that. And I sure do appreciate everybody's input when I ask questions like that. So kids, let's go ahead and pull their fund out. So my kids fund is two separate funds. It's one for my son, one for my daughter. My son's is his allowance. There has been some movement out of my son's. I took $10 out, and I know there has not been any movement out of my daughter's. So we're going to go ahead and put that $10 there. He just got his allowance for last week. His first week of allowance goes towards Spotify. That is what he chose. So I should have $30 in here, and I do have 10, 20, and 30. So we've got 30 there. And then for my daughters, nothing has come in or out. So we've got $800 in here. So let's make sure 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 750, 800. My daughter is getting so excited. She's going to be starting college in the fall. This summer, she is going to be, oops, I almost put something that we plussed. Sorry, I apparently can't write and talk at the same time. But this summer, she is going to be purchasing her first car, and that is what this money is for, is to go for part of her down payment. She is saving, I believe she's shooting for $4,000, and she's almost there. She's super excited. She will have a total down payment, I think, of, $7,500 or close to it. So I am so proud of her. I don't want her to buy a junker because she has to come visit me, and I live a long ways away. And so I'm super excited. Just so you guys know, super proud mom moment. Okay, so right here, land tax, we did add $16, but we did not take anything out. So we should have $182. So let's check this out. Make sure we've got $182. 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 1 and 2. Right on the money where we need to be for land tax. And then personal care, I have got $55 in there. Nothing went in, nothing came out. So we should have $55. 50 and a 5. Perfect. Just so you guys know, my eyelashes are not coming out of personal care anymore. They are coming out of my allowance. And that's as long as I decide to keep them for now. Then pets, I know we've had some movement in pets. So my husband added $75 with his paycheck. We did not take anything out, so we should have $565. Let's take a look. 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 450, 470, 490, 500, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, and 65. $565 for our pets. I've been thinking about getting pet insurance. How many of you guys have pet insurance? And if you do have pet insurance, how much does it cost you? I haven't even researched yet. I know I can look out and see how much it is, but just let me know who you're with, how much it costs. I really appreciate it. So Sam's Club, nothing has come in, nothing has went out. And so we should have $80 in here. We've got 50, 70, 75, and 80. We purchase Sam's Club usually on a monthly basis. I typically do it online now, unless we happen to be in a town that has a Sam's Club. The closest Sam's Club to us is in another state, so it's not like we can just run downtown and go buy some Sam's Club. Saveopoly has also had some movement because we just added money into it. We did not take anything out. We just added $28 and we didn't take anything out. So we should have $235 in our Saveopoly, which is one of our savings challenges. So we've got 100, 200, 220, 25, 30, and 35. 235 in our Saveopoly. Perfect. And then my subscriptions. So let's take a look and see what we have got for my subscriptions. We've got a lot of little bills. This is like kind of thick considering it's just 2. So Friendly. Friendly is a streaming service, just so you guys know, and Hulu. These are the 2 that I pay for on a yearly basis. So Friendly should have 42 and Hulu should have 40, and that would be the 82. So we're going to go ahead and 0, 0, count out to make sure we have $82. We're going to start with Hulu since it's 40. So it's got 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. Then Friendly, that would be 60. Oops, let me scooch this up so you guys can see. So I'm adding the 40 plus 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 81, and 2, which is the total that we were looking for. So $82 in my subscriptions. And then we are going to talk about vacation, aka travel, and we are going to see what we have done. Okay, we just went on vacation. It was amazing, super tan, had lots of fun, went scuba diving, spent too much money. The story of my life. So we did not add anything since the $12.40. We did spend $1,705, even though we only had $1,240. So that brings us for another negative of $465. It's okay. Take a look at if you haven't watched some of my last videos, it breaks it down on why we spent that much, how we're going to fix it. But right now our vacation fund is sitting at a negative 465. Our next vacation is coming up in September. We have rented a beach house with my brother and sister-in-law, and we are super excited to be able to go and spend some time on the beach with them. So we are definitely going to have to save up some money. We'll see how that's going to work because I don't have any overtime. And that is where the vacation money was coming from for me. Now, this little line over here is meant for me to pay attention so that I know we're now jumping into my husband's sinking funds. Fred Jr. sitting here holding our paper down for us. So my husband, for birthdays, he just has one fund, and he just keeps it all together. So $245, that is what his card shows. He doesn't show any money in or out. And we are probably going to rename this fund for him just gifts. I'm probably going to rename all of my ones gifts as soon as I get new cards, things like that, because we use them for anything. For example, my husband this last month, he just gave his nephew some money for his graduation. And so it wasn't a birthday, but it's a gift. So $245, 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 35, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. $245, right on track where it needs to be. So let's go ahead and write that over here. Then for garbage, we just added money in, so there is going to be a change in that. Garbage. So garbage, he added $12 in. So we added $12. We did not take anything out, so we should have $46. Let's double check and make sure we've got 46. 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. $46. Perfect. All right, put that back in here. Then for holidays, my husband has one holiday fund. He does not have a Christmas fund and other funds. This is the way that he's doing it. I am so excited. I mentioned it in my last video that he is in the process of refinancing his mortgage, and it's going to give him more money to be able to save for things that he wants, such as Christmas and holidays and birthdays. And I know he's excited about that. So the holiday paper shows 180, nothing came in, nothing went out. So there should be $180 in here. Let's take a look. He will be having some money come out of here for his dad's Father's Day present. But as I said earlier, my father-in-law sometimes watches my videos, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. So 150, 70, and 80. So $180 for that. Then let's talk about subscriptions. So there has been some movement in subscriptions. but I know that there hasn't been in all of them. Disney Plus has not had any movement. Amazon and PlayStation. So we added $25 between the two of these. We did not take any money out. So let's add them all up and see what they add up to. So PlayStation should be $65. No. Holy cow. I just did this and I messed it up. I added 20 in. We did add 25, but $65 is what PlayStation should be. 20, 40, 60, and 5. So perfect there. We're going to go ahead and use our calculator on this one because our brain is not working anymore. I've done some batch filming today. If you guys watch a lot of my videos, you'll notice that everything looks the same, but that's okay. We do it when we can do it. So $65 there. Then Amazon should have $57. So we've got 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56, and 57. So let's go ahead and add in 57. And then let's add Disney Plus. Disney did not have any money going into it or out of it. It's exactly where it needs to be. There should be $70 here. 20, 40, 60, 65, and 70. So we add 70, and that gives us 192. And if we subtract 25 out of 192, that gives us 167. So right where we need to be, $192. Now, a last sinking fund, whew, we made it. All the way to the end is my husband's truck fund. This one has had movement in it as well. So let's take a look. He added $50, but he did not take anything away. So he should have $945. Let's look. Let's see how I've done in keeping track of everything. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 850, 900, 920, 930, 940, and 945. Perfect on that one. Now, if you've watched these before, you might notice that there are a few funds that aren't here. That's because my husband has decided to go digital with them. And that is less for me to keep track of. And as long as it works for him, then that is all that matters. So let me add all of these up, see how I did, and I'll let you guys listen to some music, and I'll check back in with you in just a couple minutes.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too. You can ride out all the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday.
So you can see our sinking funds went down a lot. We had $9,272. We are now down to $7,157. Keep in mind that we have a negative $22 in garden and a negative $465. So we actually have more cash than this in the folder, but I am considering these a negatives. So this is what we've got. I plan on getting the vacation fund back where it needs to be, as well as the garden one, hopefully within the next couple weeks. So that is it for our mid-month check-in for June for our sinking funds. I don't know about you guys, I've talked about this before, but seeing the amount of money that we spent this month, $2,321, gives me a heart attack, but we spent money that's what it was meant for. We did overspend a little bit, but it's going to be okay. It has not affected any of our other sinking funds, and it did not affect our ability to pay our bills. So that is the nice thing about our sinking funds. If you've been thinking about getting some sinking funds, start out small, start out with a couple categories. Don't overwhelm yourself. It has taken us 14 months to be able to have this many sinking funds with this amount of money in it. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you all have a blessed day, and until next time, keep smiling. Bye, everybody.
I'm hoping what I said could make you change your mind.